whenever I talk to Gabe, he always has something new going on, and he's always kind of looking to create something new, whether it's a car, a bike, a band, a documentary film. Kind of, he's always doing different stuff. I think Gabe, just as a builder and what he represents, is, you know, a garage builder and kind of a guy who gets it done just out of sheer love of wanting to build new stuff. I think he represents a cool breed of the motorcycle culture, and it's important to have guys like Gabe around that are always doing crazy stuff.
I love everything about building motorcycles. I love going to the swap meets and going and looking for little parts. I like going to swap meets and looking for big parts. I like combing the Craigslist. I really like the chase. I like the hunt for the parts and the story behind it. And then once you get a concept on the bike, then I like going to my friends and using their strengths. My friend Roger Thornton built my first bike with me. That was my Panhead. And then from there, I bought a shovel, a generator shovel, and wanted to build a chopper. So he helped me with that one also. That was the Kill Yourself shovel head that I did. That one ended up being on the cover of Biker, and it ended up being taken to Japan with Mooneyes, and that was my introduction to Mooneyes.
Kill Yourself, I mean, that bike it's a radical machine. Just it's like a pretty offensive bike, you know. Jonestown Massacre bike, he's like one of the worst guys ever. And the bike itself, being a tribute bike to the Jonestown Massacre, it's just fucked. You know, it's just fucked. I mean, it's got so much crazy, like, scripture on the side of the frame, and, you know, it represents a pretty demented event. I don't know exactly why I liked it at the time, and I still do. I just like the fact that it was macabre and it was Gabe and it was, it's just fucked, and I always wanted to have a really fucked chopper, and if I was going to have a chopper, you know, I think that was the right one. Yeah, I mean, traditionally I build like more of a performance style bike, you know. I like every genre of motorcycle. I'm not so much of a period guy, and I'm not so much of like, it has to be high performance. It's really a blend of kind of everything for me. So I respect every part of the motorcycle culture and the way that everyone approaches their builds, and different styles really across the board, whether it's high performance or whether it's a period correct build. You know, if it's done well and I can appreciate the style and the effort and the energy that went into it, and then the end product is nice, I mean, that's what I respect, and that's something I respect about that bike.
Mooneyes, that's a company owned by Shige Suganuma, and he will pick bikes from California that have made an impact on the scene, and then he takes them to Japan with you, and then you go and discuss them with the guys that are building bikes there at his show. Shige Suganuma and his crew have taken me personally to Mooneyes numerous times. 3 bikes I've taken. I can't thank Mooneyes enough. I really can't. They're the best. They really are the best.
Yeah, I mean, Mooneyes is like, it's not just a show, it's like a whole vibe, it's a whole event, and it's the way that Shige sets it all up. You go over there and they really, if you're an invited builder, it makes you feel at home and really takes care of you. I think it's one of the best shows I've been to, just the quality level. But every time I go to Mooneyes, I see a bunch of stuff I haven't seen before. So it's always fun to go, because you're always going to be surprised, and you're always going to be stoked, and you're going to go home like energized to build your own bikes, you know?
What I do in motorcycling, I do just to contribute to the scene. Like the bikes that I've built are just in the hopes that someone will look at the bikes in the future and say, oh, that's how they did that back in the 60s. Now, as far as the history of motorcycling, I decided I'm going to interview this club and put it in a documentary form as my contribution to outlaw motorcycling.
It's a real cool part of history that a lot of people haven't captured and haven't really captured well. And I think Gabe he met the right people and he really dove into it in a unique way. And I think it's something that people want to know about. They want to learn about it. You know, it's an interesting time in just bike culture and bike gang culture, bike club culture. It's really something that I think any man who's like searched for freedom and works every day of his life kind of is like, what would it be like to live on the fringe, you know, and just basically be lawless? The way he approached it was like, I want to honor these guys. I don't just want to like steal their name and run off with it. It's like, I respect what these guys have done, and not only that, but he's interested enough in to actually go and interview the guys and write a book about it. So